In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best Invincible cards right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below. Do you guys have any Invincibles on your squad currently? And if you guys don't, let me know which Invincible you guys would want the most if you could have any Invincible card in the game. But coming in at my number 10 spot is going to be the Invincible Anthony Davis, a 6'10" power forward, 7'2" wingspan. And yes, AD might be a little bit undersized at power forward, but he's still going to give you great defense. Obviously, being an Invincible, so 99 every single stat and every single Hall of Fame defensive badge is going to be great for Anthony Davis, but it's just his animations in game. If you guys have used an Anthony Davis card recently in my team, he always just plays better defense in game than a lot of other power forwards and center cards, just because of, for whatever reason, he gets some crazy defensive animations down low. And I'm actually really surprised that he doesn't have juiced out tendencies, because there's some other cards on other Invincibles on here like LaMelo Ball, who's actually got better defensive tendencies. Like LaMelo's got a higher block shot and on-ball steal tendency than Anthony Davis Invincible. Makes no sense, but I still think AD is the 10th best Invincible. I will say the one big flaw with this card though is him being a little bit undersized. That's probably the biggest flaw. Or maybe the biggest flaw might be his jump shot, because I don't think his jump shot's as bad as I thought it would be on very quick timing. It's just not a great release, especially when there's other power forwards in the game that have super quick jump shots, and he's a little bit like, what I'm saying is if he had either one of the other things, I think he'd be a lot better. So if he was 7'1" or 7'2", he automatically becomes so much better at power forward. If he kept his own jump shot on very quick timing, but he was 7'1" or 7'2", he would be so much better at power forward. Or if he was 6'10", 7'2" wingspan, but then he had like O'Shea base, Rudy Gay upper, something crazy, or KPJ base, like some crazy overpowered jump shot, then he would also be a lot better at that power forward position. The problem is he's kind of undersized and also doesn't have a super quick or an amazing jump shot, so that's why I do think Anthony Davis is the 10th best Invincible in the game. But coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be Invincible Zion, a 6'7" small forward, 6'10" wingspan, and also kind of undersized for a small forward. But for whatever reason in game, Zion just looks so big. Like, he just looks a lot taller in game than 6'7". I feel like he plays a lot bigger, and I'm actually a huge fan of this Zion card. I know a lot of people don't like him as much, but I think he's number one, super fun to use, and also can be very effective on the offensive end with the O'Shea base and the Zion upper on very quick timing. I think is actually a great jump shot, especially for a lefty. And then he's also got amazing dribble sigs, his defense, his size up, the Curry escape, staying behind the back. He's so good at getting to the rim. Like, he feels super quick at getting to the basket. And then we know Zion is going to be one of the best finishing small forwards in the game. He dunks on everybody, gets some crazy contact animations, and also, just like Anthony Davis, surprised that he doesn't have overpowered tendencies. But yeah, I do think Zion is the 9th best Invincible in the game. At the number 8 spot is going to be Magic Johnson, 6'9" at the point guard position, 7' wingspan. This is where I think we get to some of the elite cards at their position. Not saying that Zion or Anthony Davis are bad cards, I just don't think they're on the same level as a Magic Johnson at the point guard position, a card that's got great height, great size for his position. His defensive tendencies are pretty much not maxed out, but they're really good for Magic. 97 on-ball steal, 97 pass interception, 85 contest shot, 85 block shot. And we all know he was going to get some really good dribble sigs, because you look on his previous Galaxy Ball version, they did give him the Steve Francis size up, but then on his Invincible, they kept that Steve Francis size up, which thank God they did, but then they gave him the John Wall escape over the Kobe escape, which is a pretty big difference in my opinion. And he's also got the 2 best dunk packages in the game, with the quick drops off 1 and the front clutches as well. So Magic Johnson, just elite at the point guard position, could definitely use a better jump shot, but I still think is the 8th best Invincible card. At the number 7 spot is going to be Invincible Giannis. I mean, this card, he's 6'11" at small forward, 7'4" wingspan. I really do like this card just because of his size, his wingspan, his player model. Everything about this card is just so elite. I know his stats and badges are gonna be perfect, but I know his animations, like his jump shot, isn't anything crazy. He doesn't have the best dribble sigs in the game, but he does have the Curry escape, which is nice to have on a Giannis card. But it's just the way this card plays in game. His defensive tendencies are maxed out. His animations on defense, very similar to like an Anthony Davis, are just so good in game, and he gets some of the best slashing animations. That I'm really high on this Giannis card. I do think right now is still one of the best Invincible cards in the game. At the number 6 spot, I do have the be Invincible LaMelo Ball though, a 6'7" point guard, 6'10" wingspan, just barely gonna miss out on the top 5, but I do think LaMelo is a better point guard than Magic just due to his jump shot, but I think it's a really close debate between Magic and LaMelo. Like I said, the only reason why I like LaMelo more is because I do think he's got a way better jump shot with a LaMelo Ball base. LaMelo Ball upper on very quick timing is still a super quick jump shot and great for 3 hunting, but I will say his sigs don't feel that great in game. Like LaMelo doesn't move that quick, but he's still good at getting to the rim, has quick drops off 2 and quick drops off 1, and also the front clutches as well. So the 3 best dunk packages in the game pretty much. And then also, like I said, the defensive tendencies are a lot higher on LaMelo Ball. Like, how does he have a 95 block shot tendency, but Anthony Davis has a 65? That makes no sense. They're both invincible cards. How does LaMelo have a 30 plus block shot tendency and also max out on ball steal? That makes sense. Like, I think all invincibles should have 99 every single tendency, but yeah, kind of crazy. LaMelo Ball has a way higher block shot tendency than Anthony Davis, but I do think LaMelo Ball right now is one of the best invincibles in the game. But halfway into my list here, guys, at the number 5 spot is going to be an invincible Scottie Pippen. The reason why I do think he's slightly better than LaMelo is just because he can play small forward and shooting guard at still such a high level. Like, he's 6'8" at small forward shooting guard, 7 foot wingspan. We know he's going to be one of the best on-ball defenders in the game, whether you play him at shooting guard or small forward. But the thing with LaMelo is you can only really play this card at point guard, and he's still obviously amazing at the point guard position. But I really like Scottie Pippen's versatility, able to play small forward and shooting guard at a super high level because of his height, his player model, and his wingspan as well. But yeah, Pippen's got a great jump shot on very quick timing. He's got some pretty good dribble sigs with the Donovan Mitchell size up in the John Wall scape, and also the Dame behind the back. And then of course it's Scottie Pippen, so gonna have 99 in every single defensive category for tendencies. And yeah, just super overpowered of a card. I do think right now is the 5th best invincible. At the number 4 spot, this is where I think a lot of people will disagree with my next maybe 3 or 4. I think this is where stuff gets pretty controversial. I do have Carmelo Anthony though at the number 4 spot, 6'8" at shooting guard, 7 foot wingspan. I mean, this card on paper, when you look at his badges, you look at his stats, you look at his animations, this card looks amazing in game and is amazing in game, and one of the best shooting cards in my team. He's got the Steve Francis size up, the tray escape, Dame behind the back, quick jumps off 1, front clutches. His jump shot is top tier. You know, defensive tendencies could be a lot better, but this card, man, he just plays so well in game offensively. But I can't really explain why I do have LeBron over Carmelo. It's really hard to explain. It's just like LeBron for me personally. I know a lot of people disagree, and that's perfectly fine. If you guys like Carmelo more, that's perfectly fine to say. It's just my opinion when it comes to LeBron over Carmelo, and LeBron being at the number 3 spot. It's just like his dominance, his player model at the shooting guard position. That's what I think makes him so dominant, because yes, he's only 1 inch taller than Carmelo, but he plays like he's 6'10" or 6'11" in game. The standing dunk animations that LeBron gets is honestly some of the best in game. Like, he be standing dunking on everybody. He dunks on everybody. He's got actually a really solid jump shot. I don't mind his release. I know the Kyle Korver base isn't the best paired up with a LeBron upper, but I do think his jump shot's still very capable in game. He's got good enough dribble sigs, kind of like Anthony Davis. Very surprised he doesn't have better defensive tendencies, but for whatever reason, I just think because of LeBron's slashing ability, his defense, it does put him over Carmelo in my opinion. But if you're looking for an offensive shooting guard, then yes, Carmelo is definitely a lot better than LeBron if you want a guy to shoot the ball and be a really good offensive shooting guard. But if you're looking for more defense, size, rebounding, slashing to the paint, then I do think LeBron is slightly better. At the number 2 spot though, it's going to be Invincible T-Mac. I think number 2 and number 1 is honestly a coin flip. I got T-Mac at 2 and Shaq at 1. Don't really know how to rank these cards like these two guys because they're so dominant at their position. T-Mac, the best shooting guard in the game. He's got the KPJ base, the Oscar upper on very quick timing. Is my favorite jump shot in the game on very quick timing. You know, great dribble sigs. He's got solid defensive tendencies. He's pretty much the perfect shooting guard. But then on the other hand, Shaq is so dominant at power forward. 7'1", 7'7" wingspan. We know he's going to have such a wide player build, right? He's 325 pounds and he moves like a guard in game. He's got a new jump shot, which is very easy to time in very quick. Like, you can 3-hunt with Shaq, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, he can obviously dominate down low, but then he can still pop out to the 3-point line and has an elite level jump shot. So let me know who you guys would take, or who do you guys think is the best invincible right now in the game between Tracy McGrady and Shaq. I would say that's probably most people's number 1 and 2, but let me know what you guys do think about my top 10, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.